Because, we think New York, it's the hustle and bustle, the place to be
Right.
for fashion. What made you decide to go to Miami? And I will say this, and how has your business changed since being in Miami?
Okay. So first, my move to Miami, I was conflicted because in
Mm-hmm.
New York, of course, it's where you want to be as a hustler. It is the place where, the craziest things happen unexpectedly and you meet people and it changes your life. And,
Yep.
you can really prosper there. And I did, but there was something lacking. It was a quality of life. And for me, I started to value that more because once I lost my
Mm-hmm.
job, that shifted my perspective to I actually don't care about a steady paycheck bringing me joy. I care about
Mm-hmm.
how I'm spending my time on a daily basis. What's that doing for me? Because what I noticed was I had experienced this level of peace without going to work every day. Like working from home was all of a sudden bringing me this joy that I'd never experienced before. And I had this perception that we had to go to work every day, work a 9 to 5, pay your bills, and that's it. You just live in that cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And there was never really like a priority for enjoyment or for like personal fulfillment outside of that. It was just as long as you were hustling, you were good. And then I noticed that when I would go on vacation, I would feel, I don't know, I felt like I didn't want to go back home.
Yeah.
And so I started to listen to those feelings because they weren't fleeting. They it would last. And I would be like, I actually don't like coming back here. Like there's something wrong here. I have to figure out what it is. And then I figured it out. I was like, I don't like 4 seasons. I don't like winter. I'm not a cold person. I don't want to be in the snow. I thrive in the summer. I like being in the heat. Being around nature. Like all of those things started to seep in, and it also started to influence my creativity. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to start creating more things inspired by nature and my surroundings. And so moving here definitely benefited me as an artist because I have a landscape now that inspires me endlessly to create.
Yeah.
And because the weather's so beautiful, I have limitless potential to go out and create. And so there were just less restrictions. I will say New York City will always be home, and
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely parts of Miami and New York that are fulfilling for different reasons. I definitely miss the pizza and the bagels and the food. I
Of
mean, like,
course.
no one does cuisine like New York City. It's just
Mm-hmm.
diverse and whatever you want, you can find it there. And here, it's like you gotta find the best version of it,
Mm-hmm.
But quality of life was my main focus. Just because at the end of the day, I am the core of this business. I'm the
Yep.
I'm the foundation of it. And if I'm not happy, I can't produce. I can't serve. I'm not going to be able to show up the way that
Yeah.
I want to. And so it took me prioritizing my mental health and my personal desires and fulfilling those and put prioritizing them more over career and
Yeah.
money and, being driven and all that because I had spent so much of my 20s doing that in New York where it was just like, okay, I worked these jobs that I didn't like and, but now I get to redefine what life should look like for me. And, maybe one day I'll be a snowbird and I'll fly back and forth,
I doubt
but
it.
I know, right?
I doubt.
I'm
So like
still
once
going
you
to visit in the summertime. That's it.
right, like you could
That's
do New York
it.
summers, yes.
Yeah. And I have
Yes.
like my family's there. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I have friends in DC, Maryland, Virginia, so
Yeah.
I'll always have a reason to go visit. But I don't get that feeling where I don't want to leave anymore. When I
Well,
come
that's
back
good.
here, I'll be like, so that when you have that feeling, you made the right
Mm-hmm.
choice.
That is true. I think a lot of people in our generation now are having that realization because, we're taught like you go to college, you get a good job, you make good money, and then like that's it. But I think we're all finding, especially as we all, at least friends that I know that as we're getting closer to 40, we're like, we want more time to do the stuff that we actually enjoy. Like I don't
Absolutely.
want to sit at a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5 because
No,
entrepreneurship, I will
not
say this, it's not for everybody.
it's
But
not. Right.
But I do think it's important that you find like what success looks like for you, right? So like for
Absolutely.
you, it's not all about chasing the bag. It's like peace, being able to go to the pool or go to the beach 4 times a week. I'm jealous. 4 times a week, right? Like being able to do those things that really impact your mental health and keep you
Mhm.
inspired because that's the only way you're gonna grow your business
Absolutely,
and actually
absolutely.
enjoy it.
Yeah, just being able to travel and go
Hmm.
visit your friends. Like, I think of a lot of things that I missed out on because of my job. I couldn't
Yeah.
attend a graduation because I had to work. Or so like me being able to catch a flight, go
Hmm.
go support my family at an important event, like that's priceless to me.
Yeah.
And it only fuels me to just keep working harder and just remind myself why I did this because we all know it's more work, but it's the reward that comes from it for me where I get
Yeah.
to dictate how I spend my time. And I think that is much more powerful than anything, honestly.